In recent years, our challenging economy and a drop in popularity forced many bowling alleys to close. But as WCCO's Derek James explains, one local alley has been revived, and it's all thanks to neighbors who live just a few blocks away.
You saved the day, boy.
In 2018, when Louisville Lanes in Shakopee was about to close forever, Dave Johnson stepped up to the foul line.
Did people think you were crazy?
Yes, definitely. Everyone thought we were crazy. You know nothing about bowling, you know nothing about bars, you know nothing about restaurants and food.
Johnson, who had spent his entire career in home renovations, bet on himself and the community he loved. In the first year and a half, he began work to transform the bowling alley and adjoining bar into Shakopee Bowl, aka The Bowl, a broader entertainment center, all while learning on the job.
What to do, how to do it, and how to run a bowling alley, not just a business. And then COVID hits and puts the brakes on, everything stops.
To keep Shakopee Bowl from going into the gutter, Johnson turned to takeout orders and an off-sale liquor license, but he saw needs beyond the bowl.
We also reached out to vendors and bought up extra supplies, food, one being pizza, and had a fundraiser for the Shakopee baseball team.
Another fundraiser during COVID supported the Shakopee Fire Department. Today, the Bowl is able to raise tens of thousands of dollars for local charities with major events.
What we're able to do now is help the community, help kids, help adults.
All while expanding the business inside and out.
We've got 2 wiffle ball fields, and they can be used for many different things. Kickball, wiffle ball, kids go out and play cross net, dodgeball.
When you first started this in 2018, did you ever think it would become this expansive?
No, I mean, this is a pretty big dream. You know, the dream just keeps happening day after day after day.
In Shakopee,
It takes great people around you to make something bigger, better.
Derek James, WCCO News.
There's a popular country music festival right here in Minnesota with a unique backstory. 30 years ago, 2 friends drummed up the idea for the Winstock Country Music Festival over, you guessed it, a couple of beers. As WCCO's Jennifer Mayerly learned, since that first year, it has grown into something bigger than either of them could have ever imagined.
Every year, the population of Winsted multiplies with thousands of festival goers, exploding from 2,500 to nearly 20,000 in town for 2 days of country music. This is where Winstock Country Music Festival was born, inside Keg's Bar on First Street.
You were sitting here having a drink, and came up with the idea.
Yeah, it was a weeknight, so there weren't a lot of people in here. And it's weird to come in here, though, and think this is where it started.
Friends Tom Oleg and Dick Langenfeld served on committees for Holy Trinity Catholic School. After a meeting, they were kicking around ideas of how to raise money for the school.
We both knew that we were in trouble to keep the school going. I did a lot of driving around. We've seen country music festivals, and we figured there's got to be a way to do it.
They figured it out with help from their wives and friends. On the bill in 1994,
Waylon Jennings, Crystal Gale, Paulette Carlson.
Who's a local.
they expected 5,000 people. Only 1,300 showed up that first year.
I think fear never entered into our mind. It was just, we're going to do it, we're going to learn, and we're going to do it better.
The festival grew a little and then a lot, becoming profitable in year 4, eventually outgrowing the original location at the airport and moving to its permanent location, plus expanding to rent nearby land for the thousands of campers. It draws powerhouses in country music from Loretta Lynn to Alan Jackson and Luke Bryan. There's been shows in the rain, memorable moments, even the backdrop for a proposal. Winstock is known for being a good time and a festival that takes security seriously.
The Winstock crowd, they come to have fun, and they know the rules. They know how much fun they can have and how much fun they can't have.
Tom and Dick and their families built the legacy of Winstock.
We've had a lot of just so many wonderful people helping us through the years.
Their kids and grandkids volunteer their time.
My son has been security out there since day one.
What makes Winstock successful is the 700 volunteers that work it every year. And without those volunteers, it wouldn't happen if we had to pay everybody.
They're proud of where it started.
It's truly like watching a child grow up and turn out to be pretty good.
And where it's going.
My proudest is driving by the school in the morning and kids still walking into that school, K through 12.
They handed off chairman duties years ago to Dave Danielson.
I guess the baton is slowly being passed.
And now Ryan Ginningsman takes over this year.
I grew up on this, so this is my country music college. Those guys were my professors. It's been amazing to see what this has done, not only for Holy Trinity. I went to Holy Trinity schools, graduated from there, and it's been great to see what this event has done for the school, the town, and the whole area, really.
In Winstead, Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO 4 News.
That's our show. We hope that it lifted you up, maybe even inspired you to do some good. You can see more of these heartwarming stories every week on our Sunday morning show at 7 on WCCO TV. And if you have an uplifting story you would like to share, we'd love to hear from you. Send it in. We love these story ideas. You can just go to WCCO.com/uplift. Thank you so much for being with us, friends. We'll see you next week.